young people don't have a life. They don't have a future.
Hey!
The water they are drinking and bathing and it is used
Kwanyako Water Works
is contaminated with pollutants, mercury, cyanide, heavy metals.
My goddess. Miracles Abuaje. Let's hear you. Yes. We cannot see.
As you can see, and I'm sure you've already gathered from the community, more than half or about half of
not in
the central region currently do not
because
have
there is no Galamsey in Kwanyako.
Because the Kwanyako water treatment plant has been shut down.
Politics.
The community members tell us that this is something they haven't experienced before. That they have never seen this Ayensu River here looking this way. Very, very bad. It's never been like this until about
Galamsey.
2.5 months ago.
Our chief stood against it.
The very painful aspect of it is that the community members, or even in this district, Agona East
never
District,
saw gold before. In fact,
Agona
no
West,
Galamsey in
Agona
Kwanyako.
Central, and all of it adjoining districts. None of them have mining going on in their areas. And so you have a community that have nothing to do with mining. They don't know what gold is in terms of seeing raw gold. They have never been engaged in mining before. Right ahead of us here is somebody's farm, which we have to walk through and come here. And they have to suffer the consequences. So this community is struggling. About half of central region do not have potable water because there is active Galamsey going on in the eastern region. Somewhere in the Ayensu area, Enuma Pepem, to be precise, where we are just coming from, and the repercussion or its negative effect is being felt by hundreds of thousands of people in close to about 11 other districts in the central region. Think about it. The mining is happening in the eastern region, and you have over 11 districts suffering the consequences when they have nothing to do with mining.
That is politics. My goddess. So, Aguna Kwanyako signboard. Kwanyako from Mopeden, Yepe signboard is a town located in Aguna East in the central region. Kwanyako has never seen Galamsey before. Never. I grew up and lived there for 20 years of my life in Aguna Kwanyako. No Galamsey. Even recently, I've been told that when they wanted to go and indulge in Galamsey, chief of Aguna Kwanyako prevented them from starting Galamsey in Kwanyako. But today, the Ghana Water Works, which was built and commissioned by Kwame Nkrumah in the 1960s and expanded by John Ejekum Kufuor in 2007 by the Danes, the Dutch people, is now being shut down. The Kwanyako Water Works is being shut down as a result of Galamsey. What they don't indulge in, they are not into Galamsey, yet they are feeling the heat. They are feeling the resource, the effect of Galamsey, which is being done in the eastern region, somewhere in Numa Pimpim. The effect is coming to Kwanyako. Now, when you go to Kwanyako, the aged and the people are suffering from all sorts of diseases. And what are our leaders doing? They are just politicking. Both NPP and NDC. Today, Miracles Abuachi, led by the NPP, they are at Ayensu River, calling for a press conference. When NPP was in power, when Galamsey was at its peak, they never spoke about it. They never visited Aguna Kwanyako, but today they are visiting Aguna Kwanyako. And the party in power, NDC, today they don't care because it is against them. Today they are buying gold. Today they have a gold board, regardless of the effect, regardless of the consequences. There's been a prediction that very soon Ghana will start importing water. But both the MPP party and NDC party, they don't seem to care. As we speak now, the Kwanyako Water Works, a water works which supplies about 11 districts of water from Kwanyako, Ewutu Senya, Ewutu Breku, Bodriase, Swedro, Kaswa, wherever. They don't care. Now the water shortage has started. In the meantime, Fix the Country are also demonstrating against illegal Galamsey in Ghana.
and we are heading to the Jubilee House. The protest started at about 9 o'clock a.m. this morning, but as I speak to you now, we are not very close to the Jubilee House. We are at the Shangri-La, but some may say the numbers are not encouraging.
No, for me, I think it has to be clear. Last year, 153 individuals were arrested and put in jail. A year on, those individuals have showed up. There's nothing more encouraging to me than to find camaraderie, to find brothers who have stood on principle and continue to show up. Nothing is more important than that.
Government has indicated that they've not exhausted all avenues to fight the illegal mining. So don't you think that this is a right call for you to relax a bit and see whether the fight could be fought?
And let's be clear, what are we doing here that is impeding the government from doing its work? We're encouraging the government to keep doing what they claim to be doing. So let's continue doing it. There's nothing that is stopping the government from intensifying its efforts, from continuing to do what is working. Our role as citizens is to remind them of the urgency of the problem. And that's what we are doing, continuing to remind them of the urgency of it. If they believe they are doing it, they are doing it. If Ghanaians feel that there's no problem anymore, there's nobody who's going to show up. So our interest is to end the problem, not to keep it in the pipeline.
Is the message declaring a state of emergency across the country or at specific areas where illegal mining is currently being done?
Let's be clear, we are already in an emergency situation. The state of emergency, we are already in it. The conversation is not about what to be declared, it's about whether or not we are fighting that state with the appropriate tools. So for me, it's not about a declaration, it's a recognition of the situation in which we already are and whether or not the appropriate tools are being used to fight the problem we are dealing with.
All right, thank you very much. Who is a convener of the Fix the Country protest? You can see they are on the streets, and let me just get a hold of one of the protesters. Hello, madam. Hello, madam. You've been to numerous of the protests that have been organized by Fix the Country. Why is today significant to you on Kwame Nkrumah's a holiday celebrating Kwame Nkrumah?
These young people don't have a life. They don't have a future. The water they are drinking and bathing and it is used to cook for them is contaminated with pollutants, mercury, cyanide, heavy metals. And they have a baby on the way. And that baby too, what future will the baby have? So today we are here for the future generation. Just like Farida Mahama is a loved daughter, so are these 3 children, loved children. And the father of all has a duty to these young people. It is his duty to provide them, all of them, see crops and food. And cleanest thing of all, water, because water is life. They need it. So they are calling, they are begging the president. They are begging the president to give them clean water and a clean environment. That's what they want. Thank you.
What's the full name?
Pardon?
The community chief has expressed disappointment over the pollution of the Ayensu River by illegal mining activities.
Ama yako echiri krobi of West Amokrum hona ya yetum kwenyensu ho ehwo no so sarekwa moto no bajo 25 Ghana cedis ekwa Kweku bu nsu be 5 cedis nti Igbo we na nsu be rubber kro no across 30 Ghana cedis every day.
Years ago, the Ayensu River was pristine and teeming with fish. Today, lifelong resident Kweku Yamua says its current state is heartbreaking.
Before the waterways, it is this river we depend on. Where we are standing here, it's called Mbemejare. So this river in particular serves a lot of communities. Since this Galamsey manner started, this river began to change its color. But this Galamsey is not going on in our area here.
Even so, some residents, despite the health risks, continue to bath and drink from the contaminated river. With the Ayensu unsafe, others have turned to the equally unwholesome Nkunkum River.
The DBT has become high like this. We don't have anything to do. In the morning, we have to put gallons and jerrycans in Abuboya. we go to nearby villages to request for water before you can cook.
It's quite unfortunate that when the whole thing started, they took things for granted. Now we are facing such a challenge. What it means is that I'm even advising, even if they are able to pump the water, looking at its situation now, it's not good for consumption, because you can see too that the turbidity level is very high.
The water crisis is also disrupting education. School children arrive late after long treks to fetch water.
Let me hear from you. What do you make of this situation?